Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the infighting between Moses Kuria, who happened to be Chama cha Kazi party leader, and the UDA party leader William Samoei Ruto's candidate, Kimani Wamatangi in Kiambu County, is not ending soon. Because again, Kuria has sent another message showing how sharply they are divided in Kenya Kwanza and in Kiambu County as far as the governorship is concerned. Remember, Ruto was there somewhere in Githurai. And this is what Moses Kuria just shared on his Facebook page yesterday. After that, even up to now, Kuria has not done any other post. So we are wondering what is cooking in Kenya Kwanza. Is Moses Kuria with William Ruto? And if he's with William Ruto, why is Kuria fighting Ruto's candidates in Kiambu County? Is he playing a Trojan horse role? Or really, is he campaigning with Ruto to make sure they are gunning up numbers and they are winning the elective seat? This is what he said. Family tips. Do not let your dirty kids embarrass you in front of visitors. And if you check on that photo, you will see William Samoei Ruto on top of the vehicle. Rigathi Gachagua is also there on top. But inside the vehicle, there is someone inside there. If you look careful, that person is Senator Kimani Wamatangi, the current Kiambu senator. He's just hiding inside and watching from inside. Before this scenario, we understand how Kimani Wamatangi, first of all, before there was an organized youth who were throwing stone at him. Then beside that, there was also heckling of Kimani Wamatangi in front of William Samoei Ruto at expense of Moses Kuria. So what is cooking in Jubilee Party? What is cooking? Not Jubilee. What is cooking in the Kenya Kwanza coalition? That's the question we are asking here, because we thought this thing is going to end. And by the way, we are continuing with the panel discussion. Just a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you're not yet subscribed. So I'm humbly asking you to subscribe so that another time, once release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. And also I'm requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can suggest our videos to more viewers. Those who have not turned on the notification bell, please do so. Now, back to our discussion. The only sure thing that Ruto can have in this election is to gain more elective seats so that he can have numbers at the Senate, National Assembly, hata kama ni MCA, because governors will always be impeached with MCS. So if you have a governor somewhere and you don't have enough number of MCS, impeachment can happen. And that number also matters in the Senate. If you look on how they have filled their candidates, UDA party has filled more than any other political party. You have to put ODM and Jubilee together so that maybe you can match the UDA candidates. That means UDA as a party is focusing on winning elective seats. What they are not sure of is presidency. But Moses Kuria is discovering this, that Ruto has put more of his target on elective seats like governors and all those things. And so if you look on the campaign in Kiambu County, definitely you realize that even Moses Kuria is not among the top contestants in Kiambu. Kuria had barely 5% when the last opinion poll was done. So this race is between William Kabogo, who appeared to be the top runner. Then we have Rigathi Gachagua, not Rigathi Gachagua. Then we have Governor James Nyoro, and we have Kimani Wamatangi. So that's where the rest is. And like we said last time, Kuria is not going to stop this war at any point. But what he has decided is that he wants to make sure that he's going down with Kimani Wamatangi. Because if Ruto will be coming to Kiambu, and when he's not there, these two are campaigning together, then you make sure that you are frustrating Kimani Wamatangi throughout this campaign. When will Kimani Wamatangi address the public? When will he sell his agenda? And when will William Samoei Ruto get a chance to campaign for Kimani Wamatangi? That is what Moses Kuria is trying to do. Drain Kimani Wamatangi, then at the end of the day, he will be seen as a weak candidate. Ruto has been coming to Mount Kenya region, and he has been openly campaigning for UDA candidates sometimes. So Kuria is trying to terrify Kimani Wamatangi by engineering his heckling, stone throwing, so that he can send a message to William Ruto, stop campaigning for Kimani Wamatangi. Let all of us have an equal chance to uliza wananchi watupigie kura, because we are in Kenya Kwanza. But for you coming here to campaign for Kimani Wamatangi, then you expect Chama cha Kazi to campaign for you, it will not happen. The only thing Kuria has discovered that he cannot leave Kenya Kwanza because he has nowhere to go. If he attempts to Azimio, the damage is huge. What he has done there is huge. He has been assaulting President Uhuru Kenyatta to an extent even you cannot reverse what he has said just in this short time. It needs a lot of time for healing. The way he has been abusing Raila Odinga, definitely, he might not be that much welcomed in Azimio. So because of this, the only way to stay in this politics, it is to be in Kenya Kwanza. And for him to stay in Kenya Kwanza, it is to frustrate the UDA candidates, so that Ruto cannot have direct endorsement and a campaign for his candidates in Kiambu. Akifanya hivyo, who is the biggest loser? So Kuria has decided, let Ruto lose, as I also lose. That's purely what Moses Kuria is doing here. He's going to lose as a candidate who is running for the governor, and Ruto is going to lose as long as the Jubilee Party is losing the election in Kiambu County. So if this frustration goes to this level, the rest is left between William Kabogo and Governor James Nyoro. Those are the people, because William Kabogo, in his own wisdom, he decided to go his path alone as quick as possible, in as much Moses Kuria was still trailing behind. So that is the scenario we are having in Kiambu County. And now, if it has reached this level, where now William Ruto is being forced to hide Kimani Wamatangi inside a car, then just let him to speak at a time when he will call him. Why is Ruto not taking an action to kick Moses Kuria out of his coalition? Why? Because where we have reached and what we are seeing, definitely there is huge problem here. If it goes to an extent where Ruto is hiding his candidate inside a car, it tells you that there is big threat in Kiambu as far as UDA is concerned. If the public is being used by Moses Kuria, he's engineering the infight for Kimani Wamatangi, who is a UDA candidate. He's creating the hostility against the UDA candidate. What does that one mean on ballot? If people of Kiambu are not voting for Kimani Wamatangi, how are they going to vote for William Ruto? How? And they're not comfortable with Moses Kuria. Tell me, you engineer a protest against Kimani Wamatangi. Then the public decide not to vote for Kimani Wamatangi. Whom are they voting for? That means it's either Azimio or William Kabogo. And if it is William Kabogo, these people are protesting what William Kabogo went through Kenya Kwanza. That means they will be voting for another candidate. It's either Wajakoya or Raila Odinga. Same thing if they're voting for James Nyoro. Because now suddenly it will be seen as UDA party is disorganized. Because of that, no one wants to associate himself with the people who are much disorganized. They will go for the side which is well organized. And that can also be translated into the presidential votes. Ruto can decide to kick Moses Kuria out, but he's not doing that. Why? Because Kuria is going to turn against William Samoei Ruto. What he will do is to decampaign William Ruto and to frustrate his campaign in Mount Kenya region, just the same way he's doing to the UDA candidates. That's why Ruto is finding it rough to drop off Moses Kuria at this time. That's why he's finding it rough even to call Kuria on order. That's why he's finding it's so much hard even to question Kuria. So he has to go with this situation. And this explains how Ruto has failed to lead a coalition. No experience as far as coalition is concerned. And because of this, the infight is really immense in Kenya Kwanza. So experience is important. This is the first time Ruto is leading a coalition. But instead of being a father figure to this coalition and the national figure in this coalition, Ruto has retained his UDA colors. His interest is deeply for UDA party and not this coalition. Because by the fact that in this coalition, the presidential candidate running on UDA party is going to attract more of elective seats for people who are contesting on UDA party with the fact that he's a presidential candidate. Still, Ruto is not seeing value into that. Because when you are a coalition candidate, normally people will get more associated with your party. So more people will be elected on your party. But Ruto is not seeing that. He still wants to go further and campaign directly for his candidate. That means he's failing to show the leadership in Kenya Kwanza. And that's why even merely small people like Moses Kuria are pinning his candidates down in front of him and is being forced to hide them inside Dhaka. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up this far. May good God bless you and see you in our next video.